and leave room for one of Surlay's decadent desserts. Surlay's wine list boasts the best tantalizing wines and signature drinks. Active military with ID and seniors over 65, 10% discount available. Locals, be sure to ask about the locals discount. Wednesdays are ladies' nights at Surlay's with half-off Rodizio for the ladies in the dining room starting at 5 p.m. Thursday nights, enjoy half-off selected wines. Delaware's own Brazilian Steakhouse, Surlay's Carrascaria, off Route 26, Millville on Town Center Drive near Giant. Open for lunch daily at 11, dinner at 5. Five-star dining Brazilian style on Delmarva.
Hey everybody, Joe Kendall from Kendall Home Furnishings in Fenwick Island and Ocean City, Maryland. Huge sale is going on now. Save 30 to 60% off store-wide. Guys, visit both locations for the best deals for the best furniture. The names you know and trust: Lexington, Clayton Market, Tommy Bahama, Rowe, Cannondale, Lazy Boy, American Drew, and many, many more. So stop in and see us soon because this sale won't last long. And remember, 0% interest-free financing always at Kendall Home Furnishing in West Ocean City in Fenwick Island, Delaware. OCKHF.com.
The right care in the right place at the right time, because the best health care in the world is only beneficial if it's available where and when you need it. That's why BB Medical Center continues to expand and serve more communities with new locations throughout Sussex County. As the region's leading medical health care provider, BB is close to where you live, work, and play. Learn more about BB's commitment to the health of the region at bbmed.org/accessibility.
Royal Farms is the official coffee of the morning show. Real fresh, real fast. Royal Farms. Find them on Facebook and Twitter.
Hey, Debbie, do you want a coffee mug?
Well, having a great time. Love in the air. Good to talk to the Lovebirds there in the last segment. Good to see an engagement, wedding coming up. Now, let's go to Outlet Liquors. Dave Hill is here with the Wine of the Week, a feature that we do every Friday, and you brought a couple of bottles to look at here at Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville. Go ahead, Dave.
Well, we got the Wine of the Week, which is a fabulous Chardonnay out of Santa Barbara County in California, and that's on the southern side of the state. But with the climate and the soil, they make some fabulous Chardonnays and good Pinot Noirs. This one goes for $14.99, and I would put this Chardonnay up against a $30 or a $35 bottle of Chardonnay. It'll go great with your holiday meals as a good gift, and if you're just a Chardonnay lover and haven't tried the Santa Barbara Chardonnay from Santa Barbara County on the Central Coast area of California, I would recommend it. It is very, very nice, similar to those. It's on the southern part of the state. We're down to the number 2 wine of 2012 at Outlet Liquors, and it was really, really hard, Dan, between 1 and 2. It's just like, I'm Miss America if the number 1 can't.
Right, sure. Could go either way.
Rain or whatever, number 2 will be just as good. This is by Numancia out of Spain. It's one of the more legendary winemakers over in Spain. In many of the production of their wines, they still use the old foot stomping method. And for their higher-end wines, they have a machine that greatly assimilates the foot stomping or whatever. And it helps, with some of the grapes. It's really the best way to do it. This is a Tempranillo, but this is Termes. They've got 3 levels of the Numancia, and we've got this one and the highest in one. But this is $26.99. These wines are always 90-point-plus wines by all the reviewers in the magazines. This is a fabulous holiday wine, again, for your holiday meal. I recommend this highly if you're looking for a good wine for under $30 as a gift. The Termes Numancia is fabulous.
Very
now,
good.
Quickly on Ladies' Night, every Wednesday we'll be on our 188th. We have Krabby Dicks coming by. The ladies always love that. They have little gift certificates to hand out. They hand out some of their sauces there, whatever. So 5:30 this Wednesday, Krabby Dicks at Ladies' Night. 4 items off the menu, 4 wines. It'll be a great time.
Every Wednesday. You've done that for how many in a row?
187, but with one exception where not in a row because of the winter snowstorm.
Right, you had a
and 4th of
snowstorm.
July. So we're no longer in a row, but we'll be having our 188.
Very good. Thank you, Dave Hill. And you'll meet Dave, and anything you want to know about wine, you'll see at Outlet Liquors. It's a huge store, well-lit, clean, neat, orderly, very comfortable place to shop. And it's on Highway 1.
Yeah, and if anyone has any questions or calls, call in. We were able to get remember the caller last week on the Project 12 by Budweiser. We were able to get those beers for him.
Really? It's something really specific.
With the zip code, and it was a special case. For any listeners that are listening, Budweiser asked all of its breweries to come up with a special brew, and the top 3 were then packaged as a case where 4 samples of each of the top 3 brews, and they're identified by batch number and zip code. That's what the gentleman was calling for. We were able to get it for him, and we have some in the store.
Dave, thank you very much. Let me go to Butch Emmert, who is on the line right now. Butch has one of his multi-estate sales for Christmas this Sunday morning. It starts at Rehoboth Convention Hall. Butch, you're on the air. Good morning. Tell us all about it.
Good morning, Dan. That's right. We have our multi-estate sales 13 times a year at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center. This is the last one for the year. This is our Christmas sale on this Sunday, December 16th at 9:30 a.m. at the Convention Center on Main Street, Rehoboth Beach. Now, we have high-quality art, including 5 Howard Schroeder watercolors. We have 3 watercolors in oils by Jack Lewis, 2 by Teddy Tubbs. These are all, very well-known and super collectible Delaware artists. We have an original watercolor by New England artist A.B. Frost, Arthur B. Frost. It's very rare to have that hunt scene. We have a great illustration by Anton Fisher. We have some other great Pile School illustrations. We have new and antique furniture, collectibles, jewelry. We have a great stoneware collection, painted stoneware, great estate jewelry, large selection of power and hand tools from up around Bowers Beach, a contractor that's gone out of business, tremendous number of hand and power tools of all sorts. We have 5 vehicles, including a 2005 Lincoln Navigator with very low mileage. We have an 07 Tahoe LTZ in great shape, and a 2005 Dodge Durango SUV, limited, with only 5,000 miles. An 05 with 5,000 belongs to a dealer. We have, his personal vehicle that he just put up. We have a Ford Ranger. We have a 2006 Nissan 350Z. That's the very expensive, very fine and fast sports car that Nissan makes. We have boats. You name it. It's
You got
in
it.
here. Anything that can be in a great estate. That's this Sunday, December 16th at 9:30 a.m. You can see all your lists, terms, and details and 36 photos at EmmertAuction.com or AuctionZip.com.
Social gathering, awesome deals, and a good time. Sunday, Rehoboth Convention Hall. Butch Emmert, Emmert Auction Associates, starts at 9:30. And if you're up early on Sunday, you sneak in there around 8, an hour or so before. You can look around and kind of get up close and personal with a lot of the things that are going to be auctioned off, kind of a preview as he talks about. EmmertAuction.com. And we're almost time for news here as we approach 8 o'clock on Delaware 105.9.
Local news first on Delaware 105.9.
Delaware 105.9 News Time, 7:59. Good morning to you. I'm Mark Bowser. Authorities are tracking down about 3 dozen drug suspects in Wicomico County. Maryland State Police and County Sheriff's deputies have been rounding up drug suspects following the completion of an investigation that lasted about 1 year. Some of those suspects appeared in court yesterday. We'll have more details coming up here on Delaware 105.9 as they become available. Authorities say an 11-year-old girl is dead and 3 other people have been injured in a house fire near Magnolia. This happened late Wednesday night on Juanita Drive in London Village. The victim, who was found deceased inside the trailer home, has been identified now as Andromeda Brown. She was 11 years old. An adult, a woman, and 2 children also were hospitalized for burn injuries. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. Coming up following CBS News, latest in the bird scuffle from the first town in the first state. This is WXDE Lewis. Good morning. It's 8 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Frank Sedapani. The next Secretary of State will not be Susan Rice. The UN ambassador enraged Republicans by initially refusing to call the assault on the Libyan consulate a terrorist attack. If she'd been nominated to succeed Hillary Clinton, Rice would have faced a prolonged confirmation battle. She told NBC News it was a fight the president didn't need.
I think he understood and appreciated the reasons that I made this decision.
I'm Dan Raviv in Washington. On her Twitter feed called Ambassador Rice, she tweets, "Those of you who know me know that I'm a fighter, but not at the cost of what's right for our country." She told NBC News that Senate confirmation hearings would have been
very politicized, very distracting,
when the president and the country have important things to do.
Madeleine Albright, the first woman to serve as Secretary of State, told CBS this morning she believes Rice got a raw deal.
She would have been great, and she's wonderful, and she doesn't deserve, as a human being, she does not deserve the attacks that were made upon her that were false. It was really outrageous.
With Rice out of the picture now, Senator John Kerry is considered the frontrunner for Secretary of State. Former Nebraska Senator Chuck Hagel's emerging as the top choice for Defense Secretary. Political analyst Greg Valliere.
Hagel may be attracted because he's a moderate Republican, and I think this White House would like to show they're willing to reach out and perhaps show that many other Republicans have gone too far to the right.
Hagel is a decorated Vietnam veteran who served on the Foreign Relations Committee and had a close relationship with President Obama when he was in the Senate. Secretary of Defense Panetta, who's expected to announce his resignation shortly, has signed off on giving Turkey Patriot missiles. Panetta told CBS News correspondent Cami McCormick Syria's move to prepare sarin nerve gas bombs made his decision easy.
The fact that they took that step was a clear indication that they were very serious about the potential of using it, and that's what concerned me.
400 Americans will be going to Turkey along with the missiles.
And so I don't know.
Military analyst Jeff McCausland.
This will position, of course, U.S. troops not too terribly far from the Syria-Turkish border, where they could become involved if there were cross-border attacks.
The missile should be operational by the end of next month. Here at home, two men showed up at the front door of a Denver home, got into an argument, and set 4 people on fire. Police spokeswoman Raquel Lopez says one of the 4 was badly burned.
Had like a bug sprayer full of some type of flammable liquid. They sprayed down one of the females and then set her on fire. And the other 3 were also burned, but they were non-life-threatening injuries.
Police say they don't know the motive for the attack. Swiss-based UBS, one of the world's most important banks, has agreed to pay a $1 billion penalty for rigging the interest rate that's used as a benchmark for mortgages and other loans. Barclays Bank agreed to pay a $450 million rate rigging fine last June. S&P futures are up about 2.5 points ahead of the opening bell on Wall Street. This is CBS News.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So cancel the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
At just $24.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card.
Call 877-319-MY-TV. That's 877-319-MY-TV.
I need a data backup solution for my business to replace my current tape backup device.
Do you want to spend a lot of money?
No.
Do you want to store and pay for replicated data?
No.
How about a solution that's difficult to install and use?
No.
Offshore or automated phone tree support okay?
No.
Then yes, we can help.
Barracuda Backup. End-to-end protection for physical and virtual servers, including data deduplication to significantly reduce storage requirements, and replicated cloud storage for assured recovery, and live humans to answer your calls. Try Barracuda Backup free. Go to barracuda.com/yes.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Delaware 1059 News Time 8:04. News is being brought to you by Holland Jewelers, Route 24, Peddlers Village, celebrating their 23rd anniversary with a store-wide jewelry sale now through Christmas at Holland Jewelers. Well, police are looking for a Magnolia sex offender who failed to comply with requirements he re-register his address. King V. Ramos is a 33-year-old black male, 6'1", 160 pounds with black hair and brown eyes. And you can see his photo at Delaware1059.com. And if you know where he is, you are asked to call state police or Delaware Crime Stoppers. Well, the incident involving a dog who was shot by a bird farm owner continues to be under investigation. M&D Bird Farm says it was forced to kill a dog trying to eat and harm their birds. The dog had gotten away from its owner, the store manager, and police reports say that warning shots were fired. Harry Martin says this was not your typical bird farm. Some of the birds are rare and cost thousands of dollars. And she tells Delaware 1059 more about the incident.
exonerated of any wrongdoing. It is perfectly legal in the state of Delaware to protect your farm animals from anything that's trying to harm them. And the SPCA has been out here and investigated as well. No criminal activity took place on our end.
But she goes on.
However, the gentleman entered our store and attacked my manager and destroyed some brand new computer equipment that we had just purchased, and computer printers and cash drawers and things. And there are definitely charges filed there for the assault and battery and the destruction of property.
Well, in Ocean City, the police chief is leaving next month as Bernadette DePino takes a job in Sarasota, Florida. So who's going to be in charge? Well, for a while, there will be 3 police captains rotating in 45-day shifts to serve as interim police chief of Ocean City, while the search for a permanent replacement for DePino will continue. Get ready for some road work going on in the Milford area. The northbound overpass bridge will be under maintenance Monday through Friday of next week between Frontage Road and New Wharf Road from 9 each day till about 4 in the afternoon. Of course, you're urged to use extra caution as you proceed through that work zone going on next week. Coming up, another debacle for the Eagles. More with Schofield on Sports. Delaware 105.9 News Time, 8:06.
Hi, this is Dan Gaffney to tell you about Holland Jewelers' 23rd anniversary jewelry sale going on now through Christmas. Unbelievable special sales throughout the store just in time for the holidays. Holland Jewelers offers fine gold, platinum, diamond, and gemstone jewelry, as well as pearls and citizen watches. Get an exceptional gift at an exceptional price right now at Holland Jewelers' 23rd anniversary store-wide sale on Route 24, Peddlers Village. Call 947-1200, and they buy gold.
On Thursday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles turned it over 4 times in a stretch of 5 plays in the second half that led to 24 Cincinnati Bengals points, and the rout was on. 34-13 was the final. The Bengals improved to 8-6. They stay right in the hunt for a playoff spot in the AFC. The Eagles fall to 4-10. Ichiro will take less money than he would have made in Philadelphia to re-sign with the New York Yankees. The Phillies offered 2 years and $14 million, but Suzuki will take a 2-year deal from New York for between $12 and $13 million. In high school boys basketball, a hard-fought game saw Sussex Central outscore Milford 20-13 in the fourth quarter. They eke out a 62-61 win. Shaheem Ayers led the Golden Knights with 15 points. Jason Parker scored a game-high 21 for Milford. Sussex Central is now 4-0 on the season as Milford falls to 0-4. On the girls'
Welcome you to the program at Jimmy's in Bridgeville. Loving it. Breakfast is served, people, and the coffee is on. It's a delicious morning here. At 9 minutes after 8 o'clock here, we have now a little bit about affordable homes. This is Dave Burkholder of Burkholder Buildings. And, we talk about DelawareGarages.com where people can see samples of your work.
Mm-hmm.
You do build homes, affordable homes.
Yes, we put the affordable into custom homes. And Dan, did you know there's a holiday coming up?
I hear it's Christmas.
No, it's Mother's Day.
Oh, okay.
And
Mother's Day. Is that the holiday you're working on now?
That's the holiday we're working on. If you want to be in your home by Mother's Day, you got to get moving. Just to give you a heads up, it takes about 6 months from the time you talk to your banker and get your note approved and your whatever mortgage or anything you need lined up. Then once you have all that good stuff lined up, we can get started on your house. And this house, we can do a house in about 90 to 100 days, depending on how the weather cooperates and how the stars align, and if the good Lord's are willing and the creek don't rise. But it takes about 3 to 4 months to get a house start to finish. And so if you're thinking and you'd like to do something next year, it's not too early to start dreaming now. Especially if you're not quite sure what you want, and we want to do a couple design iterations. Put an idea together and do some sketches, and then we're like, well, let's go back into the drawing boards and do another sketch, and then we'll put a price on that one, and then we'll do another sketch and put a price on that one, and that can sometimes be a 2 to 3 month process. So if we're going to be doing that, and then you got to get your financing lined up, and then we got to get on the construction schedule, it's going to be Labor Day before you know it. So it's never too early to get started dreaming.
Right, and you're working out into the spring now, so you want to get some projects lined up and ready to go. You've been building houses. Talk about the type of home you're building.
Okay, my design aesthetic, I like the very classic lines, very practical, very functional. Those are the types of homes I love to design and love to build. I was talking with Dan off air before I came on, and I've done a number of houses for like Mennonites and the Amish, where we did the design for them, and they have a very, very straightforward square foot. They want the most square foot for their money, and figure out how to use your space properly, and that's part of my background is in my design aesthetic is how do we make your house as functional as possible? How do we use your dollars in the best possible light? Where are some good places to spend money? A great place that a lot of people are overlooking is your utility room or your mud room. This particular house here it's like a 10 by 12 mudroom. You think that's huge, but you have a freezer, you have your washer, your dryer, your water heaters out there, and you still have room for your coats. You have all those shoes. You know how that pile of shoes by your door? Yeah, that space.
The catch-all area.
I was in a house.
That drives my wife crazy,
Yes.
by the way. The catch-all area by the door.
I was in a client's home on another project, and I step inside the door, and it's like this hallway between the back door and the kitchen, and there's no space. Like, you can hang coats on the wall, but it's only 4 feet wide, so you're like rubbing coats on either side as you step into their kitchen. Let's look at how you're using your space. Mudrooms are an excellent place you can move a lot of stuff out into that mudroom.
Which gives you more interior space, too.
Gives you more interior space and
There's
better
a closet
interior space.
that you didn't have and everything else just because you moved that out there.
Yes, yep.
Different things.
And, then because the water heater's out there in that room, then we have a nice pantry underneath the stairs right off the kitchen that everything's close by. So we like to look through how you actually use your house and how you use your spaces. And I don't like to waste space. I don't like to. I was one of the ideas I have for a home I'm designing right now is, some houses it's nice to have the fairly steep roof, the 812 or 912 pitch roof, and that's a lot of attic space. If you go to a lot of these national home builders, their attic they have a cavern up there. If you stick your head up through the manhole and look in the attic, there's a cavern up there. If you build it right, you can have a nice storage room. You can have a nice kids' play area. There's a lot of different things that you can use that space for if you just think a little bit ahead when you do the construction. You can have a lot of space and put it to great use.
Yeah.
So those are some ideas that I bring to the table. I like to give you the most bang for your buck. I like to make sure you're spending money on things that you're going to need and you're going to find valuable. And we like to work with you, respect your budget, respect your banker's ideas, and work with them to get you the most house for your money.
I like the way you do business, Dave Burkholder. And how do we reach you? I know you can go to DelawareGarages.com. That has all the contact info and picture of your garage work. If you want to call about a home or anything else.
Yeah, if you go to Delaware Garages and fill out a quote form and just say I'm thinking about a house, it'll end up in my email and I'll get in touch with you. Or you can give me a call on my cell at 569-1220.
569-1220, 569-1220. Dave Burkholder, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Very good. I like the passion he has for his work. We've talked to his clients. They love him. He does super work, affordable, reasonable, on time, dependable guy. Love that. 569-1220, 569-1220. Mike Rowe, we have time for you. I know he's in the middle of breakfast, but sometimes our radio timing does not time well with when our breakfast gets eaten by our guests. But we are going to roll him over here. When we say we are at the breakfast table, we mean it, literally, as we continue to broadcast here at Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville, Delaware. Now, Mike Rowe works with veterans in crisis, veterans who have served our country now find themselves homeless and other things, right? It's sort of an interesting position you're in.
Yes, Dan. Unfortunately, this has been a very busy and busy time of year for us because as the weather gets cold, a lot of these guys find themselves out on the street.
We're gonna first of all, you work for. Can we talk about where you work?
Yeah, absolutely. I work for People's Place. I'm the program director for the Veterans Outreach Program, and we provide veteran services for Kent and Sussex, transportation to the VA hospital. We help veterans get their service records, discharge papers, help them with temporary shelter.
I've seen you work off, away from the limelight and off mic and everything with veterans a lot. So I just want to tell our listeners the guy does great work. Very passionate about this. Why do you have such a passion for this?
Well, I come from a family of veterans. My grandfather served in World War II. But both my grandfathers, my dad was a Vietnam vet. I served in the early 90s, just after the Gulf War. And it bothers me, like with the Vietnam vets, when they came back over here after they served, they were called baby killers. Things were thrown at them. And I think that we've not done a great job of treating our veterans over the years.
We are this morning going to focus on one particular need, immediate need for a veteran. Tell us what's going on.
Yes, and there's a local veteran. He's a two-time Iraqi vet. Him, his fiancée, and their two children are currently homeless. The children, the girl is 32 months old. The little boy is 7 months old. The little girl has a lot of medical problems. They're back and forth to AI DuPont up at the Children's Hospital. Actually, they're there right now. My agency has had them in a motel for the past 3 weeks. Along with being homeless, he's unemployed currently. So basically what I'd like to do is, we were over here, I think a year ago, we had another local family right around the same time. And as a result of me being on here, the community really stepped up, and we received a lot of donations for the family. I'd like to see if there's any way that your listeners, if anybody has a room for rent for this family, we've had enough donations coming in because we've been working on this for like 3 weeks.
Right, while they're in the motel, you're working on this.
Absolutely. Anybody that has a job out there, the guy, he's willing to do anything. He does not care. I got... we have a friend of ours, Butch Elsie. He has stepped up. I got to go meet with him probably today. He's going to be helping out as well. Like I said, the guy served 2 tours in Iraq. He was a combat engineer going out looking for IEDs and sweeping for mines. And he's homeless.
Well, through your organization, you've been able to put them in, like you say, in a motel, but that's not forever. That's like, several $100s a week at least, right?
Yeah, it's just under $300 a week. And
so that is not a permanent situation or an ideal situation, right?
Yeah, not at all.
You're trying to find 2 things. He's got an income crisis,
yes,
right? Because he needs to work, and a living crisis for his family.
Yes, absolutely.
Plus the kids in the hospital, My goodness.
Yeah, she's, in fact, they told me the other day she had a bad seizure 2 nights ago while she was up there. Now, the Delaware State Police, the union of the Delaware State Police, they're going to help out at Christmas time. They're going to have a catered dinner from Jimmy's for the family for Christmas. They're going to help out with some money. They're going to dress up as Santa Claus. I got these other agencies that are helping out, the American Legion, Post 28. But they still need a house. They need shelter. So what I like to do is give my contact information out. If anybody wants to step up and help, if they have a room, if they can help in any way, my number is 302-272-1233, and they can call me anytime.
That's Mike. We're talking to Mike Rowe, who works with veterans in this situation. And they're doing their best to get this family out of emergency housing.
Absolutely.
And into something more steady and a job and all of that. And 302-272-1233. Well, the ideal thing is, hey, look, I got a couple of jobs for him or whatever, and maybe a place to rent.
Yeah, we've got a lot of donations so far with clothing and toys for the kids, gift cards.
That stuff's good.
You know, it's all going to be useful, but we got to give them a shelter and employment too.
All right. Anything else you want to tell me about this two-time Iraq vet?
He's
really concerned about this medical situation with these kids.
Yeah, you know, the medical issues with the child. He himself is disabled vet. He blew his leg out, and he's got a steel plate in his leg from rappelling out of a helicopter. He's disabled. He's not disabled enough to where he can't work. You know, and we just got to do what we can, step up as a community, and help this family out. He lost his last job because of the medical issues with the daughter having to go up to AI DuPont. He lost his job, and you know.
Do you think they're in a more stable situation now where he may be able to start working again? Is that a deal?
Yes, and there's some other mental health issues that weren't addressed before that are being addressed now. So everything is looking positive.
Right. So you wouldn't step up on these cases unless you think there's a real good chance that this help is going to stick.
Yeah, because a typical day for me, I get between 3 and 5 calls for homeless vets that need assistance or low-income vets that are having their gas shut off. And I deal with these calls every day, and we prioritize our calls and our caseload. And I've been working with this family for about a little over 3 weeks now. Actually, I met them in here one night. I got a phone call, and they needed to meet somewhere. So we met in here one night. The section down here was closed. They let me come in and meet with the family. And, you know, you know, like I said, I see it every day. And,
right.
You know, it
breaks
your heart.
302-272-1233. 302-272-1233. Okay. Anything else you want to say, Mike Rowe?
I'd like to thank you guys, you know, and thank the community for stepping up. You know, we have a great group of people in the community helping our veterans out. You know, like
you built up some kind of network of helpers, right? It seems.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the folks at the American Legion Post 28, you know, Judy Mangini, Butch Elsie, Steve Howell and his organization. We have a great community that has stepped up to help.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
All right, thanks.
All right. The Dan Gaffney program, we're live at Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville, Delaware. That's Mike Rowe. And kind of a plea, not kind of a plea, it is a plea.
Yeah, and an immediate need.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I don't know who's listening and what your needs and abilities are to help. But if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call him at 272-1233. Here's Jim Weller from Weller's Utility Trailers, and we talk to you now, Jim, at 8:23.
All right, good morning, everybody. You can go to catchitlive.com if you want to watch all the festivities here at Jimmy's Grill. We have a lot going on, and if you want to stop by and see us, we're going to be here till 10. I did want to mention, I mentioned this earlier, and I had somebody say, explain it again. So I'm going to explain it to you again. Here's what I got. I got 3 tractor trailer bodies. They're 8 foot wide, 40 foot long. We have been using them for years for storage. They're at Bridgeville, and we've kind of got them all hooked together in a little village. So in other words, 2 of them, we've cut the front of them out, and so those 2 are side by side, and then you can walk right into another tractor trailer body that's sideways. And so whoever buys them would have to get them unassembled, meaning there's like aluminum or metal. I don't know if it's tin or metal or whatever, you know, wrapped around them. They look real nice and neat and everything. They're at our store at Bridgeville. You can see them. They're right up front. But they're 3 40-foot tractor trailer bodies. Normally you see these advertised $1,500, $2,000 a piece. I'm selling all 3 of them for $1,500. But you will be responsible for, you know, taking the metal down and getting somebody in there to move them out of there. Another thing that we have that we just got in is our 2013 calendars. So if you need a calendar, stop by. No purchase necessary. Both stores have them. They are absolutely free. The other thing I wanted to mention was socks. We have been selling a lot of socks, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of socks. People say, how could you have so many socks? I've got a bunch of little elves making these things all night long. But anyway, we're selling 36 pairs. This is no misprint. 36 pairs for $20. Now, when you think about that, you say, well, that's a lot of socks. That's 36 pairs is 72 socks. That's like 300 and some toes, and it's like 6 cents a toe. So if you want to, buy them, we have a lot of people buy them and give them to organizations. They send them overseas to a lot of the troops. They really like new white, fresh socks. You can mix and match them. You can get kids socks, dress socks, athletic socks, 36 pair for $20. One more thing I got is we have been selling these extension cords like crazy. It's a brand new 50-foot heavy-duty 12-gauge extension cord with the lighted ends. Perfect for this time of year. You just need one more for the Christmas lights, or if you got a generator and you want to get everything ready in case you need to use your generator. 50-foot extension cords for $25. I got them 2 for $50. That's one special, and then 3 for $60. And you say, how could they be so cheap? They're that because I bought hundreds and hundreds. I got a good deal. Wellers in Ellendale, 422-7336. Wellers in Bridgeville, 337-8228. On the web, Wellers.com.
I hope you got that.
I'm going to start singing it soon.
Wellers.com. Jim, thank you. Wellers,
thank you,
those extension cords are phenomenal deals.
They're phenomenal.
We'll be right back.
We'll be right here.
At Jimmy's Grill, Delaware 1059.
$8:26 on Delaware 1059. Time for Friday morning traffic watch. And here's Robin Bryson.
Okay. On the air for a couple of minutes. Yeah. All right.
In Sussex County, still have that stretch of East Trap Pond Road closed right at Hardscrabble Road, Route 20, from an accident. Hardscrabble Road is open to traffic, but East Trap Pond is still shut down, so use some caution there. Otherwise, traffic through Sussex County at its normal pace. You're busy through Georgetown along 113, both north and southbound. Haven't seen any major delays through Milford. Harrington checks out all right. In fact, Route 14 between Milford and Harrington has been running pretty well in both directions. As you travel in and out of Dover, 13, you'll find off and on busy activity, but no major problems. Even Route 1 through the Dover Toll Plaza runs well in both directions. I'm Robin Bryson with Traffic Watch on the new Delaware 1059.
We figure talk radio means you get to talk too, with people you know, from right here. The new Delaware 1059.
31 degrees at Dover Air Force Base, 28 in Georgetown. Your 3-day forecast from the Delaware 1059 Weather Center, being brought to you by Lewis Meineke. Is your vehicle ready for winter driving? Don't get left out in the cold. See the friendly team at Lewis Meineke for a free brake inspection, battery, and tire check. Lewis Meineke, just north of the Nassau Bridge in Lewis. Call 302-827-2054, 827-2054. And with your weekend forecast, here's meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Plenty of sunshine today, the high 50.
Continue probing the blaze Wednesday night at a Magnolia mobile home, which left an 11-year-old girl dead. The Delaware Medical Examiner's Office says Andromeda Brown died in that fire on Juanita Drive in London Village. A 2-year-old girl's been listed in serious condition at the Pennsylvania Burn Center, and a 56-year-old woman in critical condition there.
A little bit, yeah. We've had some digital
Kent General
earlier.
Hospital and released. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. And be aware of several DUI checkpoints going on this weekend, including 2 tomorrow night in Seaford and in Dover. It's 8:31, Delaware 105.9. Barrett keeping tabs on Syria. Defense Secretary Leon Panetta says the Assad regime had made preparations to load sarin gas aboard missiles to potentially use it against rebels or against neighboring countries.
The fact that they took that step was a clear indication that they were very serious about the potential of using it, and that's what concerned us.
So now 2 Patriot missile batteries will be deployed in Turkey. Pentagon spokesman George Little.
U.S. personnel will be operating the Patriot batteries. We, of course, will work closely with our Turkish allies.
400 U.S. troops will support that deployment in Turkey. Jeff McCausland is a retired Army colonel. He is a CBS News military consultant.
This is the first time the United States has deployed active military forces in this very volatile region since this crisis has begun. It underscores how difficult and how deepening this particular crisis is now over 40,000, we believe, Syrians have been killed.
CBS News Update, I'm Dave Barrett.
You probably did, and I probably forgot.
Welcome to Holly Kia.
Yeah.
Santa, what are you doing here?
Ho, 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 ho. Hello, Bob. I'm in big trouble. My old sleigh isn't running like it used to, and I have a lot of deliveries to make.
Don't worry. We'll take your old sleigh and give you a $7,000 discount off of any select new Kia in stock.
Right now, get a $7,000 discount off any select new Kia in stock with any trade at Holly Kia in Selbyville or Felton. Plus, get a free Christmas tree with every new car purchase. Drive home the award-winning new 2013 Kia Optima for just $199 per month, or a hot new 2013 Kia Soul for just $169 per month. And all new Kias are backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Plus, if you have a job bringing home $350 per week, we want to approve your credit. Only at Holly Kia, with 2 great locations on Route 13 in Felton and at Route 113 and 54 in Selbyville.
Remember, Jim wants to see you in a holiday Kia, so come visit us at hollykia.com.
Qualified applicants, 36 monthly, $24.99 at inception, plus tax, tag, and dock fees. Discount includes all factory rebate.
So I want to thank everyone who came by our open house last night, Delaware 105.9 open house at Inside Homes. Thank all the sponsors and the folks who provided the food. All the food was great. And Semra's was part of that. We just heard Mark talking about Semra's. I want to tell you, if you, it's nice to hear people going there and giving good feedback and good reviews. If you're a fan of Greek and Turkish and Middle Eastern food, go to Semra's Mediterranean Grill, 19 Rehoboth Avenue. It's less than a block from the ocean. It's down by near where Carlton's is, actually, toward the ocean, across from the gazebo. It's that close. So, and they're going to be open year-round. Semra and her husband, John, are the owners, and they use all these great, authentic recipes from Semra's mom and grandma. Everything is made right there. The meat slow-cooked for the gyros on a vertical rotary spits. Shish kebab, falafel, souvlaki, great dishes. Their hummus is great. Eggplant salad, stuffed grape leaves. And they have a little market there, too. You can actually buy specialty spices, olives, feta cheeses, pomegranate syrup, and they're open 10 a.m. to 7 weekdays, 9 to 8 on the weekends because they are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So you can go there today. And I want to tell you about tonight. Actually, December 15th. It's tomorrow night, December 15th. December 15th, tomorrow night. Semra's is having a Middle Eastern dinner with belly dancing, okay? It's authentic tradition of Middle Eastern belly dancing with dinner tomorrow night. And for reservations, 226-GYRO. Yeah, and 226-GYRO. And you can go on their website, semras.com, S-E-M-R-A-S, S-E-M-R-A-S.com. 19 Rehoboth Avenue, the belly dancing dinner tomorrow. Don't miss it. Loved their food last night. It was a huge hit among the folks there. Oh, speaking of big hits, and I just received word a few minutes ago of the festive Christmas sweater slash whatever. What do we call it? Tie. Yes, that on. There we go. Got to turn that on. Here are the winners. Pamela Wilson with her Christmas sweater with pins. Pamela Wilson of Millsboro. Daisy Calhoun with her Santa shirt and blue hat. Her Santa sweatshirt and blue hat. Daisy Calhoun. Frank Gastel with his Santa elf outfit.
Yeah, the elves were popular.
That's the guy that had the ears, I think. Yeah, the elf ears. And Dave Gallup was dressed as... He won. There were four winners, 2 men, 2 women. Yes. Dave Gallup won as Mr. Christmas in his red suit and fedora.
What's fedora mean?
That's a hat, Jim.
Oh, okay.
It's a type of a hat.
Protects your head, Jeff. He didn't mention the fedora.
Been wearing my fedora.
Yeah. And so there you go. Also, they had a random drawing, and I don't know what this is for exactly, the random drawing, but you will be contacted officially by someone official other than me in the unofficial announcement. Okay. Mike Brittingham of Lewis. Good to see him. He was a winner last night, and so was Bill Wagaman of Lewis. So congratulations to all of our winners. We had an open house. It was very
fast. And they all
fast.
won a cruise?
A cruise to Wellerville.
Cruise to Wellerville.
Here is Dave Hill, the wine manager at Outlet Liquors, continuing on.
Yeah, we need to get Jimmy a fedora.
A fedora.
Yeah, to go with this falafel.
A bright red one.
No, at Outlet Liquors, we have this great program for our customers. The VIP program.
Yes.
All you have to do is come in and sign up. You get great sale opportunities each week, which I'll describe in a little bit what we're doing this Sunday. And for our customers who spend $4,000 throughout the year, December 20th through December 20th, they get a $200 gift card as a token of our appreciation. And this year, Dan, we've got 79 folks who are going to be getting those gift cards. And if any listener is out there and aren't quite sure if they're close enough yet, stop by the store before December 20th or call us at 227-7700 to see where your total is at the VIP card, because I don't want to have you miss out if you're close to that, $4,000 level for the $200 gift card. And this week, Dan, I was at work. I missed all this, but all the activity was happening up front. I was doing something in the wine area, but gentleman from Bishopville,
Maryland,
James McGuire, became our 5,000th. And that's, you know how hard that word is to say, everybody?
The 5,000.
5,000th
Yeah, it is hard to say.
VIP card holder. He got a great gift, and congratulations. He loved shopping at Outlet Liquors. He loved signing up. But that's an amazing number, Dan, for here in the area throughout the year, our 5,000. And that number, I know, is continue growing. But we have those sales here, and we're getting some early music in the background to announce these. But this Sunday, 12 to 8, a barista pinotage. Now, pinotage is a grape from South Africa. It's a red wine, and the pinotage is the main red grape wine out of South Africa. This one, barista, Dan, is fabulous. It's similar to a Merlot, but a little bit heavier. There's more spice and some more structure and body to it. Some smoke comes through and tobacco flavors. But the barista pinotage is $11.99 for our VIP card holders. This Sunday, $3 off per bottle, $8.99, limit of 6, so that we make sure all the customers, will be able to take part of the sale. You can come in and save a quick $18. But this barista pinotage, we even had this one on one of our boat cruises a couple years ago.
Yes.
It's a customer favorite. It's a fabulous pinotage and a great sale for our VIP card holders this Sunday, 12 to 8.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you, Dan.
Good to have you here.
And
I'll say it this way. Instead of 5,000,
that's hard to say.
VIP Club card holder number 5,000.
Number 5,000.
All right.
James McGuire from Bishopville, Maryland.
That's pretty cool. You're on Delaware 105.9. Caller, good morning. Go ahead, please.
Dan.
Yes. Hello, Mike Brittingham.
Hey,
How
what's
are
up, buddy? Mike Brittingham.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, I just heard my name on the radio. What did I win?
I'm not
That's
sure.
what he won.
I'm not sure. What's that?
He won a Weller's calendar.
No, there was a drawing last night, and you were one of the random winners in the drawing last night at that open house, the Delaware 105.9 open house over at Insight Homes.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
Yeah, so you win some sort of gift certificate. I don't want to speak out of turn. I am breaking the story, but details are developing, Mike. I know you are a winner, though, okay?
The Prize Patrol will be contacting you.
That's right.
Congratulations. In a trailer.
You were excited. What were you more excited about, that or meeting Susan Monday? Which one was it?
Ooh.
Actually, meeting Susan Monday.
Yeah, I know.
She's great.
Yeah, we had a good time. Thank you, Mike Brittingham. Good to see you last night, man. All right, he says every morning. He's with me every morning. I don't always call, but I'm there every morning.
Uh-oh.
Oh, look at this. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, no.
There he is.
Merry Christmas, Don Guffany!
There he is. There he is, Santa.
There he
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy.
Good to see you, Santa.
Merry Christmas. Has everybody in here been good this year?
Absolutely.
Have you? Oh, that was a mixed answer, Santa.
Some have been excellent.
Yes, yes. I know Dan Guffany. I know he's been good this year.
Well,
yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy.
Santa, it's great to see you.
Great to see you guys too. I was in town this morning, and I was making deliveries, and early deliveries. Yes,
Really?
indeedy. Yes, indeedy. And I thought I may stop over here to Jimmy's Grill because
You have a special love for Sussex County, don't you,
Yes,
Santa?
yes, I do.
You sort of even have developed, amazingly, some sort of Sussex County accent in a way.
Yeah, yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy, Don Guffany.
He did that on purpose, though, to make us feel at home.
Is that right? Is that what you're doing, Santa?
Yeah. Sussex County has a special place in my heart.
Is that right?
Yes.
Anyone in particular? Are there any people in particular you would like to give a shout out to here in Sussex County?
Jack Riddle, if he's out there listening.
Wow, Jack Riddle got a special shout
Riddle
out from Santa.
Oh yeah, Jack Riddle.
I just wonder who Santa would choose to do a shout out to.
Yeah, Jack Riddle, if he's listening, tell him Santa Claus has a special treat for him on Christmas Eve.
Wow, that's really good. Who else?
And the Dan Gaffney family on Christmas Eve.
Thank you. Wow.
Dan Guffany.
I get a shout out from Santa. Anybody else, Santa Claus?
And all my co-workers up in the North Pole for helping me out this year, too.
Wow.
And I would like to thank Nicole's Pizza for having me at their annual Christmas party again this year for half-price pasta night.
Well, let's hear it for Santa Claus. Thank you, Santa.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy, Dan
It
Guffany.
is great to have you here. I really appreciate it.
Well, thank you.
All right.
I love being here.
Will you walk around and give people hugs or whatever it is you do?
Yeah, there you go. There you go, cash.
Jim, what's he handing out?
He's handing out cash.
Is that why
or calendars, one or the other.
You know what? That whole cash giveaway, that must be why he said hello to Jack Riddle.
That's right.
From
That's where he
Community
gets his
Bank.
funding from.
Wow, I get it now.
And as a matter of fact, for 2-3 years now, Santa Claus has been trying to get a loan from Jack.
Well, stay persistent. I've only been trying for 5.
But Santa Claus is not having much luck for that, so I don't know what's going on
You
there.
have to be persistent. The seventh year, it should come through.
That has nothing to do with Jack Riddle. That has everything to do with Santa's credit score. Sorry to say. Too much cash under the table. I don't know if you got any verification of your income, Santa.
Be good, Dan, until Christmas. You can
There's got to be some reason. Santa's FICO score is very low. All right, Santa, we love you. Thank you. Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, 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 ho. Merry Christmas, Dan Guffany. Yes, indeed.
Oh, man. It's the real Santa.
Oh, it is.
It is absolutely Santa Claus. What are you doing?
A group hug?
Oh, no, it's real fur. Real
why
fur.
is he sticking his hand out toward you? Santa.
To admire the outfit. This is real fur.
I'm touching your outfit. It's very nice.
And I.
Oh, she did?
Yes.
Mrs. Claus made that? How is Mrs. Claus, by the way? Let me ask her.
Well, Mrs. Claus is doing very wonderful this year. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be how I am now these days. And
You'd be thinner.
Yes, I would. And also, I would like to tell all the good little boys and girls now that to leave me milk and chocolate chip cookies for Christmas Eve, and to tell them.
How about chocolate-covered pretzels?
Well, that would do too.
There you go, Santa. I have one.
That would do too.
From Snyder's Candy. There's one right there.
That would do
Got your
too.
name all over it.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Do you want darker milk or caramel toffee covered?
Ooh.
How about a salted caramel?
There you go.
Sea salt.
There you go.
Hey, Santa changing his tone a little bit. All right, Santa. We love you. Thank you very much, Santa Claus.
Oh, yes, indeed.
All right, now, Santa.
Jack Riddle said good morning to you.
Give me that microphone, please. Santa, didn't want to let go of the mic, but we got it. I now have it. And let's bring in our next guest. And this gentleman here, I'm looking at the card. What is your first name, sir?
It's Eric.
Hi, Eric. How are you?
How you doing, Dan?
Hi. Eric is with Delaware Rescue, Whimsical Animal Rescue.
Yes, and Sussex County Animal Association. We're two groups that joined together about 10 years ago to help the animals, and this is our 10th anniversary this year, and we've adopted out over 3,000 dogs to good homes.
Wow.
Forever homes is what we like to call them, and lost track of the cats, so we've adopted a lot of cats out too, but
Really?
Yeah, we didn't keep an accurate count on them.
A couple of immediate things here. If you want to help the animals this Christmas season, how can people do that? What are a couple of things they can do?
Well, one of the things is we have at the Seaford Grotto, we have a tree on display in there, and the tree that gets the most donations also not only gets the donations they got, but they get additional $250 from Grottos for their nonprofit group. So that would be a great benefit to us. And we're also out at Old Furnace Road, which is 10,404 at the Christmas light display. You drive through, you listen to it through your radio. The music, all the lights change to the music.
That's on Old Furnace Road.
It's on Old Furnace Road, and in fact, it's even advertised in here on Jimmy's Grill placemats. But we're there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights. The Kiwanis is there through the week, plus the owners, Cheryl and Kenneth, of the property. They've been doing this for about 10 years now, and we've been there 6 years, and any of the donations that you receive gets split out between the nonprofit groups, and it's been a big benefit to us in the wintertime every year.
Yeah, and that's a free, spectacular Christmas light display
Yes.
at 10404 Old Furnace Road, Seaford address.
Yes, and it's from 5 to 10 every night. And this weekend, on Saturday night, we have a possibility of not only Santa Claus being there from 7 to 9 to hand out candy canes to all the kids that come through.
Yes, indeed.
But Mrs. Santa Claus said she may be there, too, if the weather's right.
Right on. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dan.
Good to talk to you.
Good to talk to you.
And on the internet, you can go to DelawareRescue.com.
Yes, that takes you right to our website. It has all the animals that are available for adoption on there.
Oh, that's great.
And they're looking for their forever homes. That is on their Dear Santa letter this year, looking for their forever homes with love.
Thank you. Thanks for
Thank
being
you.
here. DelawareRescue.com. Back in a minute, Delaware 1059.
It's 8:49, Delaware 1059 traffic watch time now. Looking at the Friday morning commute, here's Robin Bryson.
A new accident to watch for in Sussex County, this time along the Laurel Road, Route 24 at Pepper Pond Road. Police and emergency crews on the scene, and it's a good spot to avoid. You may still find that stretch of East Trap Pond Road closed. The Hardscrabble Road, Route 20, from that accident from earlier this morning. In Salisbury, wires down South Camden Avenue and South Division Street.
Watch emergency crews expecting delays around that intersection. Back in Delaware and up into Kent County, in and out of Dover, normal busy activity on Route 13, both north and southbound. Route 1 over Toll Plaza, you've been running very well in both directions. I'm Robin Bryson with Traffic Watch on the news, Delaware 105.9.
Whatever the weather, you'll hear it here. First thing in the morning and throughout the hour, throughout your busy day. The new Delaware 105.9.
Good morning, Lacey.
Well, still yet to crack the freezing mark right now. 31 degrees at Dover Air Force Base, 28 in Georgetown, although we do have sunshine. Your 3-day forecast from the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center is being brought to you by Accurate Pest Control. Did you know that high humidity levels in your basement or crawl space encourage rust, mildew, mold, and odors and can greatly affect your health? Accurate Pest Control can help you with crawl space dehumidifiers, sump pump, and drain systems. Be sure to call Accurate Pest Control today. Call today at 226-1156, 226-1156. And here's Maggie Johnson.
Plenty of sunshine today, the high 53. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 30. Tomorrow, sunshine will fade behind some clouds, the high 53 again. Then it's going to be rainy and drizzly on Sunday, but it will stay mild with a high of 55. I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Hello?
Hello, Kevin. This is a skippervention. Are you a skipper?
Excuse me? I'm sorry.
Are you someone who skips breakfast?
I had a cup of coffee.
Kevin, coffee's not breakfast.
I'm sorry.
I'm sending a real breakfast from McDonald's right to your house.
That sounds good to me.
Don't be a skipper. Head to McDonald's and get 2 sausage McMuffin with egg sandwiches for just $3. It's the simple joy of breakfast. Price and participation may vary. For a limited time, price of single item posted on menu board.
Hey girl, what's going on this weekend?
I'm getting the family together for a home-style sit-down breakfast at McDonald's.
Oh, you know I love McDonald's. Why didn't you invite me?
I texted you. See?
Come eat breakdance at Mr. Do-Si-Do's? Huh?
Stinking auto spell.
This weekend, get together over breakfast platters at McDonald's with all your favorites. Fluffy scrambled eggs, savory sausage, buttermilk biscuits, hash browns, and hotcakes. It's the simple joy of a home-style breakfast. At participating McDonald's.
The number 13. Computer viruses, Ponzi schemes, unnecessary repairs made by untrained mechanics. At Jiffy Lube, we realize you have enough to worry about, and routine vehicle maintenance shouldn't be one of them. That's why we have highly trained technicians that specialize in preventive maintenance, like oil changes, radiator services, and tire rotations. It's also why we keep your service records on file and use your input and vehicle manufacturer recommendations to help keep your vehicle on the road and out of the repair shop. So stop worrying about things like a zombie apocalypse or what the best thing before sliced bread was. And get to Jiffy Lube.
You're going on the air live?
We don't fix vehicles, we help keep them running right. Drive in today and leave worry behind.
Leave worry behind and give a Jiffy Lube gift card this Christmas. The gift that will please anyone. Jiffy Lube gift cards available now at your local Jiffy Lube.
Need extra cash? Over 8,000 people can't be wrong. Take your unwanted gold, silver, and coins to the best gold buyers. They are the gold experts. It's convenient, fast, and they pay the best prices.
I got $750.
Over $200-something. $575. Over $1,400.
You've tried the rest. Now go to the best gold buyers and bring in your gold, sterling, silver, and coins. 10 to 5 at the Hampton Inn in front of Walmart on Route 13 in Seaford. And at the Comfort Inn in Rehoboth on Route 1 next to Jake's.
All right, here's a great Christmas gift idea. And we know we love to go fishing, and you want to go on a professional charter captain boat. The Fish Whisperer Charters. Captain Rodney's with us, and we're going to talk to him right now. So how's it going? You're selling trips for the coming season. All it takes is $100 to reserve the date, and all the 4 people for the trip get a certificate for Under the Tree. Is that how that works?
That's how it works, Dan. Like I said, if somebody calls and they book a trip, they want to take some people fishing, want to give that away for a Christmas gift, all it takes is a $100 deposit. The rest will be due the day of the charter. And, I can give gift certificates to them so all their, giftees can receive a present under the tree for Christmas.
Hey, Captain, Fish Whisperer Charters, what are some of the main questions people have about the trips you take and booking a trip with you and that sort of thing?
Well, they want to know where we fish, and we have a 24-foot angler, gives us the ability to travel. So we fish Delaware, Maryland, and Virginia. Our Virginia trips include the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel, and also we take people out to Barrier Island in Virginia, fishing for red drums and stripers. They want to know, do we have a bathroom on board? Yes, we have a private bathroom facilities for the ladies. Want to know if we accept debit cards and credit cards, and yes, we do. And they want to know if everything's included on the trip, which is, rods, bait, lures, and yes, it is. The license is also included. I have a boat license for everybody, and everything's included except for food and drink.
All right, so you bring your own food and drink, and that's it. You don't have to bring your own poles or anything if you don't want to, right? It's all included.
That's correct.
Well, I love that. And the prices start in what range? What are we talking about?
Well, Delaware trips are $450.
Again, this is for 4 people. This is for 4 people.
4 people. Well, it averages out about $115, $112 per person.
Yeah.
And Delaware's $450, Maryland's $600, and Virginia is $750.
Right. And how long might one of those trips last?
They're an all-day trip. They're at least 8 hours, unless you tell me you've had enough and you want to come in early. They'll be at least an 8-hour trip.
Well, of course, the only way they would have enough is if they caught their limit in about a couple hours, right?
Well, that's true, and we do. Sometimes we live it out, and then we start targeting another species if the guests still want to fish. So there's things to do.
Right, and one of your fans says you seem to have a knack at finding the fish.
Well, we like to think so, but fish are creature of habits, and they come in. There's different seasons for them, different times of the year. The black drum are here, and different times of the year. The tautog are in a certain area, and the stripers right now, are off the coast. And,
all right, man, this is cool.
So we go out and we try to get them.
I say enjoy what this area has to offer. Book a charter trip with Captain Rodney, the Fish Whisperer Charters. Why don't you give out your phone number a couple of times slowly for us, okay?
All right, Dan, our number is, the way they can reach me is 302-270-7999. That's 302-270-7999. And they can also message us on Facebook, search Fish Whisper Charters, like the page, and you can follow what we're doing.
Right on. Thank you very much. Captain Rodney, good to talk to you today. Fish Whisperer Charters, and again, that's for 4 people. And the other question was, if each of the 4 can get a certificate for Under the Tree, or there's the main person, or whatever. And that's fun. So if you have any questions, call him, 270-7999. All right. Candy for Christmas. We're going to talk about that in the next half hour. We're also going to talk with Lacey Lafferty, who's written a book about Delaware horse racing, the harness racing industry, the history of it, part of the Images of Delaware series, and we'll talk about that book coming up, which is also a neat and must-have if you like local history.
Local news first on Delaware 105.9.
Delaware 105.9 News Time, 8:59. Good morning. I'm Mark Bouncer. A major drug sweep's been going on the past couple of days in Wicomico County. State police and county sheriff's deputies have been securing indictments and rounding up drug suspects. Some have already been hauled into court as well, and a variety of drugs involved, according to investigators. This completes an investigation which lasted about 1 year. An Ocean City man is facing charges he sold counterfeit goods from a kiosk at Dover Mall. Dover police officers carried out a search warrant to determine that counterfeit National Football League and Major League Baseball items were being sold to shoppers. 38-year-old Sharon Cohen is charged with 2 counts of trademark counterfeiting, and more than 800 items were seized by investigators. Cohen has been released now on $3,000 unsecured bond. Coming up following CBS News, the search for a sex offender is underway from the first town in the first state. This is WXDE Lewis. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock.
CBS News, I'm Frank Seditani. Where does Susan Rice go from here? The UN ambassador's future could come up later today when she meets privately with President Obama. Rice has taken herself out of consideration as the next Secretary of State. The nomination would have run into stiff opposition from Republicans who accused Rice of misleading the public about the attack on the U.S. consulate in Libya. The president told KCRA-TV Rice would have been a capable replacement for Hillary Clinton.
I hadn't made a decision about who would be my next Secretary of State. There's no doubt that Susan was qualified. There are other people who are qualified as well.
Former Secretary of State Madeleine Albright says Rice didn't deserve the flack she got.
I think it was very political and sad, and I think does not speak well for those who attacked her.
Senator John Kerry is believed to be at the top of the list to become Secretary of State, and former Nebraska Republican Senator Chuck Hagel is being talked up as the next Secretary of Defense. Hagel's a decorated war veteran with friends on both sides of the aisle, but political analyst Greg Valliere says he does have his critics.
Hagel is clearly the favorite to go to the Defense Department, but he's a maverick. Many people think he's a loose cannon.
Defense Secretary Panetta has approved sending Patriot missiles to Turkey. Panetta told CBS's Cammie McCormick Turkey needs them because Syria is producing sarin nerve gas bombs.
Once you start mixing the material for that, the next step then is ultimately to use those weapons.
This could be an important day in the history of stem cell research. Live to CBS News correspondent Peter King. Why is that?
Well, Frank, a Massachusetts company says it'll ask the government to okay the first human trials using embryonic stem cells created in a new process. Advanced Cell Technology says it reprograms mature cells to become embryonic-like without destroying embryos. That's been at the center, of course, of the battle over such research. The Wall Street Journal says ACT wants to test blood-clotting particles. It could help people with certain forms of leukemia and other diseases. Clinical trials could start in about a year.
Now, states have until today to let the government know if they'll set up online insurance exchanges required by the health care reform law. CBS News White House correspondent Peter May.
That's the best way to go. States have rejected starting the exchanges or delayed their decisions. The federal government will run the plans in states that opt out. White House spokesman Jay Carney rejects some governors' complaints about unanswered questions about a key part of the president's signature plan.
We will continue to work with states in the implementation of the Affordable Care Act because, as you know, the Affordable Care Act is here to stay.
The law calls for the states to have these online insurance coverage marketplaces ready in 2014.
Coastal California towns are in for another day of flooding from king tides pulled in from the Pacific.
I guess this happens once every 30 years, and I could barely get into my car.
A king tide happens when the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun all line up in a way that increases gravity's pull on the ocean. S&P futures are down a fraction. This is CBS News.
Today we're asking people to name their one favorite meal for one from Stouffer's.
One favorite? Stouffer's lasagna. But how about the barbecue chicken?
Grilled white meat chicken coated with a sweet and tangy sauce with a side of cheesy potatoes topped with crisp bacon.
Yeah.
So that's your one Stouffer's favorite.
Oh, but I also like Stouffer's meatloaf.
Classic meatloaf with a rich tomato glaze, smothered in a savory gravy with a tasty side of... Hey, where are you going?
You kidding? The store.
Stock up on all your favorite Stouffer's meals for one today.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. So cancel the cable and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money.
Call 877-319-MY-TV.
At just $24.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card.
Call 877-319-MY-TV. That's 877-319-MY-TV. Delaware 105.9 News Time 9:04. News continues on Delaware 105.9. Police are looking for a Magnolia sex offender who failed to comply with requirements he re-register his address. King V. Ramos is a 33-year-old black male, 6'1", 160 pounds, with black hair and brown eyes. And you can see his photo at Delaware1059.com. If you know where he is, you are asked to call State Police at 739-5882. or Delaware Crime Stoppers, 800-TIP-3333. Well, the Fire Marshal's Office continued to probe a deadly blaze in Magnolia, which claimed the life of an 11-year-old girl Wednesday night in a mobile home in the 100 block of Juanita Drive in London Village. The victim has been identified as 11-year-old Andromeda Brown. She was found inside the trailer home at the scene of the fire. An adult and two other children also were injured. The adult, a 56-year-old woman, is in critical condition at a burn center in Pennsylvania. The medical examiner's office ruled the girl's death accidental and the cause of the fire is under investigation by the State Fire Marshal's office. Ocean City officials say 3 police captains will rotate serving as interim chief of the resort's police force after the current chief leaves for a new job. Chief Bernadette DePino starts as police chief in Sarasota, Florida on New Year's Day. The Ocean City manager, David Records, says the resort plans to conduct a national search to succeed her. In the meantime, 3 captains will be serving 45-day shifts as interim chief. Ocean City hopes to have its permanent chief in town by the start of the summer season. In Milford, DelDOT is planning some work at the northbound overpass between Frontage Road and New Wharf Road. Lane restrictions can be expected Monday through Friday of next week from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m. Coming up, it's Schofield on Sports, another miserable night for the Eagles, and your Delaware 105.9 Weather Center forecast for the weekend as well. Delaware 105.9 News Time, 9:06.
That Dan Gaffney was here, I made the switch too. Hi, I'm Jim Bohannon. If you're up late, join me for the Jim Bohannon Show, weeknights 10 to 1. If you're up early, join me for America in the Morning, weekdays 5 till 5:30.
Thanks for making the switch.
Now I've got you coming and going. Early morning and late night on the new Delaware 105.9.
On Thursday Night Football, the Philadelphia Eagles turned it over 4 times in a stretch of 5 plays in the second half that led to 24 Cincinnati Bengals points, and the rout was on. 34-13 was the final. The Bengals improved to 8-6. They stay right in the hunt for a playoff spot in the AFC. The Eagles fall to 4-10. Ichiro will take less money than he would have made in Philadelphia to re-sign with the New York Yankees. The Phillies offered 2 years and $14 million, but Suzuki will take a 2-year deal from New York for between $12 and $13 million. In high school boys basketball, a hard-fought game saw Sussex Central outscore Milford 20-13 in the fourth quarter. They eke out a 62-61 win. Shaheem Ayers led the Golden Knights with 15 points. Jason Parker scored a game-high 21 for Milford. Sussex Central's now 4-0 on the season as Milford falls to 0-4. On the girls' side, it wasn't nearly as close. Sussex Central outscored Milford 46-22 in the first half. They go on to win 74-45. Both teams now 1-2 on the year. Swimming results from yesterday for the girls. Cape takes down Sussex Tech 106-64 and Dover laps Seaford 110-27. On the boys' side, Dover also wins big over Seaford 119-22, and Sussex Tech edges Cape 88-82. That's Schofield on Sports on the new Delaware 105.9.
We're on the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center. Plenty of sunshine for today with a high of 53. Tonight, partly cloudy, the low 30. Tomorrow, sunshine giving way to some clouds, a high of 53, and that brings a chance of rain and drizzle Sunday, and the high Sunday 55. I'm Mark Fauser, Delaware 105.9 News. The Dan Gaffney Show continues now, live from Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville on the new Delaware 105.9.
Thank you very much. Breakfast has been good. We've been having a great morning here at Jimmy's Grill. Continuing on, giving you some pretty neat information. Now, Jeff Balk is with me. Hello, Jeff. How are you?
I'm great, Dan. How are you?
Great. Can you explain to me what is this candy I ate with the salt? Can you explain what that is? Very good, by the way.
Thank you. It's our best seller. It is a chocolate-covered caramel with sea salt on top.
Now, to some, that probably sounds really, really good. Others, it might be a little weird, right? I mean,
if you like
the salt and the caramel.
If you like a pretzel chocolate-covered, you will love this. The contrast of the salt and the sweet really provides an amazing flavor, as you can attest to.
I'm a fan. Yeah, I'm a fan of that. That was something, that combination, the salt and those and the chocolates, are something my wife turned me on to. And so I went for that right away. It's very, very good. You brought a bunch of samples here, and I know some folks tasted Snyder's Candy earlier, and we'll talk to them. But first of all, tell us where you are. Snyder's Candy is Rehoboth Avenue.
Right, 60 Rehoboth Avenue. The store's been there over 70 years. I'm going into my 7th year as owning it. Right. And we are gearing up for our Christmas end-of-the-year sale. It starts Monday at 10 a.m. We're open 7 days a week. And for every pound you buy, we give you a pound free.
Wow.
Chocolates, fudge, gummy, Jelly Bellies.
Is this a busy time? I know summer's probably really busy, but is this a busy time as well, Christmas, leading up to Christmas?
This is when we thank the locals for supporting us,
Right.
because the majority of the people that are coming in are the locals, with the exception of weekends when we still do have families coming down,
Right.
especially when there are events in town. But it is a totally different time of year for us.
Okay, so tell me give me an idea of some of the things you then sell by the pound. Since it's buy a pound,
Sure.
get a pound free.
Correct.
It's awesome.
We have a gummy bar with 42 different kinds of gummies.
Belly up to the gummy bar.
You can mix and match.
Right.
We have 48 flavors of Jelly Bellies that you
Wow.
can mix and match. 72 flavors of saltwater taffy that you can mix and match. We have fudge. We have chocolates. We have chocolate-covered pretzels. All of those are in the buy a pound, get a pound free.
All right, and this is on 60 Rehoboth Avenue, and you have other items too. We're going to kind of go over a list here.
Thank you.
If you want to tell us some of the other stuff, right?
We do. I want to also mention to all of your listeners and the Delaware 105.9 listeners that in addition, if they mention Dan Gaffney or Delaware 105.9 when they come into the store,
Right.
we'll give them 15% off any non-sale item. If they want to buy a lunchbox, a stuffed animal, we sell Angry Birds,
Tell me
Star
about the
Wars.
lunchboxes.
We have probably 50-plus retro, yet new lunchboxes.
Right. It's been
Everything
popular, right?
Very popular. Everything from the Wizard of Oz to Disney Princess.
Okay.
And we just received another stock in as well. And if you can't make it to the store, you can go online to snyderscandy.com, and this might be a first for you. Dan Gaffney is now a coupon code. All you have to do is...
I was going to say, mention me in any context, and you will get the 15% off, right? But
Well, either Dan Gaffney or Delaware 105.9
there you
when
go.
they're checking out, and it will take 15% off their order, and if their order's $50 or more before that discount, it's free shipping
Okay,
as well.
because you do, on the internet, it's the Dan Gaffney coupon code. All right, and you do sell these stuffed animals. Tell me about them.
We sell stuffed animals.
Not just animals. But
Thai, Gund, many different brands, but the really popular ones are the video game apps, such as Angry Birds. We have the new Star Wars version in. Cut the Rope. We have Randall, the talking honey badger from the YouTube videos. We have Boo, the cutest dog in the world,
Right.
from YouTube
So
also.
they make toys of these characters.
Yes.
That the kids are playing on their iPhones or whatever.
Exactly.
That's a trip.
And the one thing I wanted to mention as well is that we have the largest selection of licorice in the area, over 100 kinds of licorice, and we welcome you to come into the
It's almost
store.
hard to believe, right?
It is. It's
You
amazing.
think licorice. Hey, that's a little black candy, but no, there are 100 kinds.
From all
Give me
over
an
the
idea.
world.
Give me an idea.
We have Australian, we have German, we have Spanish, we have Finnish, we have English. Different shapes. Some are sweet, some are salty, some are soft, some are hard.
Are people like, what are they, into licorice like they're into wine or something? Like different subtleties or something?
You either love licorice or you hate licorice. But
Right.
if you're a licorice lover, you will love the varieties, and we welcome you to come in and sample and determine what you like before you buy.
Pretty interesting. We're talking about Snyder's Candy here on Delaware 105.9. Got a couple of other things you want to mention? Truffles?
Truffles are on sale. You buy two, the third one's free. We always give you a free box of taffy. When you buy two, we give you the third one.
Right.
And they're full-pound boxes. We're open 7 days a week, 60 Rehoboth Avenue. We open at 10 in the morning, and we're there at least till 4 in the afternoon.
Okay. So you're open today. When does the buy 1 pound, get 1 pound? Is that
It starts Monday, and
Monday.
it goes all the way through January the 2nd. So stock up for Christmas gifts, for family entertaining.
Okay.
We
Well,
have it.
I do want to say the pretzels you brought and the salted caramel, your number one seller, very, very good. You can get a whole pound box of the... Is this a 1 pound box?
That is a 1 pound box for pretzels.
Okay.
It will hold 2 pounds of chocolates.
Okay. Really nice.
And if you are a caramel lover, we have an amazing chocolate pretzel dipped in caramel.
Did you try
first.
it, Dave? Did you try any candies? Here, give me a review, if you would. Oh, here, let me turn the mic on. Go ahead.
Is it on? I want more. I love the chocolate fudge with the sea salt.
I did too.
It's just the
It's a
right
caramel.
combination.
That's
Sort of
why
like a
it's the
caramel.
bestseller.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's fabulous.
I liked it too.
So that would be 2 pounds.
2 pound box
But you
for
would pay for-
you
for
buy
1
you
pound.
pay for 1 pound $18 and get the second pound free.
Wow.
All right, Rehoboth
That'd be
Avenue,
a lot.
60 Rehoboth Avenue, Snyder's Candy. And since this is the big sale for you every year, you're going to be here next week, too, right?
I will be here next week as well, and I will bring additional samples.
All right, mention Delaware 1059 for 15% off.
Or Dan Gaffney.
Right, and online shopping, because people do that a
Yes,
lot.
there'll be a coupon code area in the checkout. Type in Dan Gaffney or Delaware 1059, and you'll get 15% off and free shipping over $50.
Jeff Bulk, Snyder's Candy, thank you.
You're welcome, Dan.
Thanks for being here on Delaware 1059. Is there anything else that we did not cover? I want to make sure that we get it all in here
I
today.
think we've got it right now. Just we hope to see you.
Did you
and
try
stop
Candy,
on
Brooks?
by?
Okay. Can you hand the microphone to this gentleman over here, Brooks Ritter? What is your review of the Snyder's Candy? What did you try, by the way?
That chocolate covered pretzel.
The milk or
The
dark?
milk chocolate.
That's what I had. What did you think?
Very, very good.
You like?
Yes,
Did you try
I'm going to have
anything
to make a special trip down there and get some.
Especially with the buy 1 pound, get 1 pound free.
Absolutely.
Did you try anything else?
No,
That's
just
it?
Just the pretzel.
All right. There's one more of those salty things in there. What do you call them? A salty thing is not really.
It's a vanilla caramel with sea salt.
I describe it so well.
Vanilla caramel with sea salt. We also have buttercreams with sea salt. And the new crave this year is bacon chocolate, which I'll bring some next week to try.
Wow, that's for all the bacon crazies, right?
Yes.
All the bacon people. All right, Jeff Bulk, thank you so much. Thanks for being here. Snyder's Candy on
Thanks
the
for
Avenue
having
in
me.
Rehoboth Beach. Good to talk to you. We'll talk to you next week as well here at Jimmy's Grill. All right, that's a good sale. Hello, John Snow is here. Hi, John.
Hello, good morning.
I'm going to put these candies right in front of you.
Oh, I'm going to dive in.
Yeah, there you go.
I wish they
Am
had
I
some
tempting
bacon
you
here.
with that?
You know, I had a cupcake about a month ago when I was in Pittsburgh.
They have bacon on it?
It was a big chocolate cupcake with a slice of bacon on it, and it might be the best thing I've ever eaten.
It's a neat combo. You're here to talk about New Year's Eve. You know, we're all looking at Christmas, but New Year's Eve is happening at the Rusty Rudder. John Snow, tell us about that.
Do not forget about New Year's Eve. And as everybody knows, if you're on the Delmarva Peninsula, the place to be is the Rusty Rudder for New Year's. This year we have two bands, Total Whiteout, who kind of broke out this summer at the Bottle and Cork, and the Rusty Rudder. They're outstanding up-and-coming band. And our other band is Love Seed Mama Jump, who is famous from Delaware, from Dewey
But you
Beach.
also have this the really popular DJ guy with the drummer.
DJ Biz and Marty.
Okay, you're really high on those guys.
Oh, I love them. They're DJ drummer combo, which is kind of like you've heard of a remix of a song.
Yeah, they do it
They
live.
they do a remix live where the DJ is playing the song and the drummer is changing up the beat on the fly, and they in Dewey are the biggest thing on Saturday nights. They're the most popular act that we have.
Right, it's like the must-see kind of show.
That's
right?
unbelievable.
Must-see thing. And so you hear the music, you can dance to it or whatever, but you can also kind of watch with amazement, I guess, as they do this, right?
Yeah, it's a very big visual, and we have two stages, so as far as visuals goes, there's going to be something for you to look at all night long because the bands just go back and forth, the DJ's playing in between them. We also have Hefe, who is used to be in a band called Brent Sandom. He's a great acoustic act. He's playing with a drummer also.
This kind of all mixes together with heavy hors d'oeuvres and these speed bars for the open bar situation. You don't have to wait. There's no waiting when you go and
We got a psychic.
Oh, no.
We got a psychic.
Oh, no. You're throwing a psychic into the mix, yeah.
It's not a party till the psychic shows up. We got a photo booth. Literally, this event is going to be bigger than we've ever done.
I kind of picture it this way, John. People are milling around. You want to watch this act. You're over here. You're watching another act over there. There's a lot of fun happening. And you can go see this psychic and all
Open bar, heavy hors d'oeuvres. You want to grab something to eat, come back, find out if it's going to make you fat, talk to the psychic.
Huge in the huge area of the Rusty Rudder in Dewey Beach on New Year's Eve.
It's going to be a blast. Tickets are $100, and like I said, that's open bar. We, 4 or 5 years ago, figured out how to make sure that there's never a line for a drink. You'll be able to enjoy as much as you would like. Heavy hors d'oeuvres.
I'm writing, what is the number? You can call the Rudder, right? To do
Yep,
it?
302-227-3888.
And DeweyBeachLife.com?
DeweyBeachLife.com.
Okay. So that's New Year's Eve. Get your tickets now. How are the sales going? Everyone wants to know, how are things going?
What's funny is we track it year to year on a daily basis, and we are right in line with where we've been the last 5-6 years.
Okay, good. We want to jump that up a little bit. Get your tickets now. 227 3888. John Snow, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We take a short break. Lacey Lafferty coming up. She is going to talk to us about her book on the harness racing industry and horse racing in Delaware. We'll be right back on Delaware 105.9. Hey, Jim, you have a call in, too.
Good morning, Dan.
Good morning. We'll be right with you.
CBS News app. Right there on your dashboard.
Sit right there.
Quick update on the hour throughout the busy day. The new Delaware 105.9.
There you go.
Now look at the 3-day forecast for Sussex
Okay.
counties from the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
Plenty of sunshine today, the high 53. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 30. Tomorrow, sunshine will fade behind some clouds, the high 53 again. Then it's going to be rainy and drizzly on Sunday, but it will stay mild with a high of 55. I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson in the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center.
They shot the dog.
This holiday season, REI wants to know, why do you go outside?
For the love of peace.
Quiet, ease, lying in the snow.
For the love of running. Hiding.
Seeking, watching my daughter grow. For the love of comfort.
Joy.
Family.
Friends. Everyone I know.
For the love of outside. REI is where I go.
Gear, guidance, inspiration.
Is there a
Visit REI for outdoor gifts this holiday season. Now through December 9th, spend $100 or more and get a $20 promotional gift card. Restrictions and card expiration dates apply. Visit your local REI or rei.com. HGTV is your home sweet home to the holidays. Catch an all-new buying and selling tonight at 9 on HGTV.
Really good at giving space, especially when the work starts. I can hear you when you're complaining.
I
love buying. I love building. I love selling too.
All new buying and selling tonight at 9, 8 Central on HGTV. Your home sweet home for the holidays.
I also really love making Jonathan do all the hard work.
Get ugly.
Now, the Dow Jones Money Report. We mean business on Delaware 105.9.
Inflation remains in check. This is the Dow Jones Money Report. I'm Jeff Bellinger. We caught a break at the gas pumps last month, and the government says the big drop in energy prices drove the overall consumer price index down by 0.3% in November. With energy and food prices out of the mix, the so-called core CPI was up a very tame 0.1%. Discovery Communications will establish a strong presence in Europe. The parent of Discovery Channel is buying a dozen TV networks in Norway, Sweden, Denmark, and Finland. It's a deal worth about $1.7 billion. General Motors betting on a revival of its pickup truck business. GM has redesigned the top-selling Chevrolet Silverado and GMC Sierra pickups that make up the company's most profitable model line. The automaker also announced plans to introduce smaller and more fuel-efficient pickups about 2 years from now. Stock market futures are mixed ahead of the Friday session. Jeff Bellinger with the Dow Jones Money Report.
Hi, I'm John Taylor from Panera Bread's food team, and I'm here to tell you about our new Big Kid grilled cheese sandwich. So for us, it all really started with our all-natural Baker's white bread. Then came the cheeses, many cheeses, a blend of 3 different Gruyères, Vermont white cheddar, and gooey organic American. Stick in a little bit of apple with smoked bacon, dunk it in some creamy tomato soup, and that's a Big Kid grilled cheese sandwich. Panera Bread, make today better. Gift cards from Panera are perfect for everyone on your holiday shopping list.
Why are more acres planted to Pioneer brand soybeans than any other brand? Here's what growers are saying.
I look for proven performers with top-end yield potential. Pioneer soybeans deliver in good growing seasons and when conditions are tough.
I don't count pods. I count bushels. That's what pays the bill.
Elite Pioneer genetics with agronomic and defensive traits developed from the latest science.
They call it their Accelerated Yield Technology System, AYT. I call it Total Performance.
For more information, call your Pioneer sales professional. Science with service, delivering success. More acres are planted to Pioneer brand soybeans than any other brand. So what sets them apart?
Every Pioneer variety is a consistent winner. But for me, it's the support I get from my Pioneer professional.
I wouldn't trust my fields or my yields to anyone else. He listens, always looking for ways to help improve my returns.
My Pioneer guy walks my fields. He's there when I need him. Yeah, 24/7. Great service and great soybeans.
Now that
You're going to go right on with it.
For more information, call your Pioneer sales professional. Science with service, delivering success.
Here we are, Delaware 105.9. Good morning. It's 9:24. Jim Weller, Weller's Utility Trailer's been hanging with us here at Jimmy's Grill. What did you want to tell people about Weller's?
I wanted to tell them that we're open. We're desperate for business. We need to sell something.
Wow, desperate.
We like to make money. We like to spend money, and we will keep it moving, I promise. We won't hold on to it or anything. So you come buy something from me, and I promise I'll spend it. So anyway, we're open today, both stores. Check us out. I wanted to also mention Catch It Live. We do it every Tuesday night here at Jimmy's Grill, and you're invited. We do it from 6 to 7:30. This week coming up, we got Jason Troyer going to be teaching us all about geocaching. Then we got somebody from the Boy Scouts going to tell us all about the Boy Scouts, and then Tom from Habitat for Humanity will also be. So check us out. Go to www.catchitlive.com. You can see some of the things we've done. We're actually starting to also broadcast local basketball games. I like to call that basketball. But anyway, basketball, either one. So check us out at catchitlive.com. We are still looking for some helpers. So if you're a techie person and you want to come intern with us, we're looking for some help. So catchitlive.com. If you have any questions, shoot me an email, jim@wellers.com. 6 to 7:30 Tuesday nights right here at Jimmy's Grill. You can join us, eat dinner, don't eat dinner, whatever you want to do, or watch us online or tune us in on the Spreaker app. Other than that, everybody have a great weekend. It's going to be a great day unless you're parked out right there alongside the road. Your day could be changing.
And Jim, I had to turn around and look. He was literally pointing outside, and Bridgeville Police is writing someone a ticket. That's why he means it. You're having a good day, except
they're really looking out for them. They're protecting them from an accident.
You know what? They are. Yeah. Retired State Police Officer Lacey Lafferty is with us. Hello, Lacey.
Good morning, Dan. How are you?
Great. You've written, you're a horse enthusiast too, right?
Yes, I'm a horse enthusiast.
And you've written Delaware Horse Racing. We've talked about this book. How is it? Tell our listeners about it if they haven't heard about Delaware Horse Racing, a great part of the Great Images of America series.
Yeah, Delaware Horse Racing, it's about all the tracks and horsemen in Delaware from 1980s to early 1900s. And I garnered all the help within the horse racing community to fill it with photographs and information, and also with the local historical societies, Harrington, Wilmington. I went to Wilmington and got it. Photographs for Delaware Park at a Delaware Historical Society.
Really neat. So how's it going? How's the
Great.
sales going?
Great. The sales are brisk. Everybody's enjoying the book. They're excited about the book. I've been up to Dover this week selling them in the paddock area. They're all the horsemen are really enthusiastic about it.
Well, you would be, and anyone into Delaware history in general
yes.
would be interested in this. All of these sorts of niche interest Delaware history books are good for all people who want to know about our state and our legacy and the heritage and horse racing, and how it's changed over the years. You'd be surprised at how huge it once was.
Yeah. It was very huge. It was very huge in the 70s. I mean, 60s and 70s. You can look at this book and see the crowds in, at the Brandywine Raceway chapter. They're huge. 16,000 people used to go to the races. I mean, that is phenomenal.
It was big time.
It was big time. I mean, and that was their form of entertainment. They didn't have the entertainment we have today.
The book is available where, Lacey?
It's available through ArcadiaPublishing.com, through their website. It's available at Barnes & Noble, Amazon.com, through me, LaceyLafferty.com. You can call me, 302-841-8716.
Walgreens.
Yes, Walgreens.
Really, they have it at Walgreens.
Yeah,
and browse about in Rehoboth.
Browse about in Acorn in Dover, Acorn Bookstore. Ryan's in Brittenham, in Delmar, their feed store. And throughout. It's everywhere. Everybody, and it's everywhere. A gift store in Harrington Raceway.
It's called Delaware Horse Racing. Lacey Lafferty. I want to talk to you some more. We're going to take a short news break, and I want to talk about messages from a mother in just a moment, another book that she's written. Got to pick up that horse racing book. It's really cool. I've looked through it.
Idea.
Yeah, it's a really neat gift idea. It's a good, just a cool book. All right, we'll be right back with Lacey Lafferty and more from Jimmy's Grill in Bridgeville, Delaware 105.9.
On your computer, your iPad, and on your smartphone at Delaware1059.com. We're even on radio. The new Delaware 1059.
9:29 on Delaware 105.9. Time for a look at the 3-day forecast for Sussex and Kent counties from the Delaware 105.9 Weather Center. Here's meteorologist Maggie Johnson.
Plenty of sunshine today, the high 53. Partly cloudy tonight with a low of 30. Tomorrow, sunshine will fade behind some clouds, the high 53 again. Then it's going to be rainy and drizzly on Sunday, but it will stay mild with a high of 55. I'm meteorologist Maggie Johnson in the Delaware 1059 Weather Center.
All right, Maggie, thank you. 35 degrees at Dover Air Force Base, 34 in Georgetown, Delaware 1059 News Time, 9:30. Good morning, I'm Mark Fauser. Authorities say an 11-year-old girl is dead and 3 others were injured in that fire the other night near Magnolia. The blaze reported at about 10:45 Wednesday in the evening in the 100 block of Juanita Drive in London Village. Officials say the body of Andromeda Brown was found inside the trailer home, and an adult and 2 other children also were injured in the blaze. The woman, 56 years old, is being treated at Crozier Chester Burn Center in Upland, PA, and was listed in critical condition. The cause of that fire is still under investigation by the State Fire Marshal's office. Well, in Ocean City, 3 police captains will be rotating in 45-day shifts as interim police chief. This until about the summer as the resort continues its search for a replacement for Bernadette DePino. Chief DePino begins as police chief in Sarasota, Florida on January 1st. CBS News is next, covering the nation and the world on Delaware 1059. Delaware 1059 News Time, 9:31.
CBS News Update. I'm Dave Barrett. Susan Rice, UN Ambassador, might have taken over
That's the way I feel
the
about
Secretary of State, but she took herself out of the
Please
running.
don't
Burn up a whole nother year that she
That's right.
Want to see a confirmation process that was very prolonged, very politicized.
Rice was criticized by Republicans for not quickly linking terrorists to the attack on the American consulate in Benghazi, Libya, that resulted in the death of Ambassador Christine. Correspondent Margaret Brennan on a successor to Hillary Clinton.
Senator John Kerry is rumored to be the new frontrunner for Secretary of State, and he chairs the committee that would have confirmed Susan Rice if she had been nominated. It isn't clear what's next for Rice. This afternoon, she heads to the White House to meet with President Obama.
Political strategist Greg Valliere says there are pluses for John Kerry.
He knows all the global players. He knows all the issues. There would be no learning curve for John Kerry.
Apprehension and unpredictability, what the future holds for you. Right. You know, everybody's going to sit
Welcome to Holly Kid.
You know,
Santa,
and I imagine
what are you
this
doing
holiday
here?
season they're going to sit.
Hello, Brandon. I'm in big trouble. My old sleigh isn't running like it used to, and I have a lot of deliveries to make.
Don't worry, we'll take your old sleigh and give you a $7,000 discount off any select new Kia in stock.
Right now,
After the first year, you'll probably see the sales pick up because people held back, not knowing. So after the first year, you're going to see people, start picking up.
Or a popular new 2013 Kia Forte for just $169 per month, and all new Kias are backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty. Plus, if you have a job bringing home $350 per week,
how you doing today? How's it going?
No reason to stop. Kia with 2 great locations on Route 13 in Felton and at Route 113 and 54 in Selbyville.
Remember, Jim wants to see you in a holiday.
Somewhere yesterday, somebody said,
come visit us at
how's your day going? I said, oh, it's the best day of my life. And then he says, I say that every time. Every time it's the best day of my life.
Every day.
Lacey Lafferty is my guest. She has a book called Delaware Horse Racing by Arcadia Publishing. Look for it at any bookstore, including Browseabout in Rehoboth and Acorn in Dover. And you said it's available at Walgreens, too, so like Walgreens locations. And you can search for it at Barnes & Noble and all that other stuff.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
I would encourage you to shop locally when you buy it.
I agree.
I'd go to Browseabout.
You can contact me.
That's what I would do.
I'll try my best to get it to you.
All right, LaceyLafferty.com. LaceyLafferty.com. So, you thought you were dying at one point?
Oh, yes. It was a number of years ago. I had taken an antibiotic from a prescription. That,
Is this when you were in the state police or out? After?
I was at the last part of my career when I developed this hearing problem.
Okay.
They were trying to determine what was causing this hearing problem. And they thought maybe it was Lyme disease contributing to it.
Gotcha. So they put you on heavy antibiotics for that.
Put me on heavy antibiotics.
Was it a 21-day course or something like that?
Yes. And the antibiotics just washed out my digestive tract of all the good flora and the good bacteria, and to the point that everything was going through me, everything I was eating, and my body was starting to turn against me.
Yeah.
And it was just literally surviving on its own, and not anything I was eating. And so at that point, I began to lose a rapid weight loss within weeks and ended up in the hospital 4 times and with severe pain, abdominal pain. And they really didn't know what was wrong with me at the point. So I ended up going to a doctor in Pennsylvania that straightened me out. And at that point up there, he says, you can die from this. So at that point, and during that time in my life, I started writing messages to my daughter in a journal because I didn't know if I was going to expire at that point. She'll never know who I was. So
how old was your daughter?
She was 3 years old at the
Oh,
time.
my goodness.
Yeah.
And you got a doctor saying you can die from this.
Yes.
So you start writing stuff down. You want this 3-year-old to know who Lacey was.
Yes. And so that's how the book developed. I started writing so many of them, it developed into a book. And it just went from there. And I ended up publishing it through Alter House.
And what, just any thought that would come to your mind, sort of a little quips, poems, thoughts?
Yes, that, and I mean, with my experience with the state police, I went through so many different situations that were very poignant in my life that could help people and help her later on in life when she's developing her personality and associations with people and through society and relationships.
Real women can wear men's clothes and still keep their feminine flair. Great women can wear anything to keep a gentleman's stare.
Yeah.
It's probably true. Yeah. So that's just a little quip in there.
You could just read the back of the book. It gives
and
you.
Look at it. When you caught him in a lie, he has a lot more stored where that one came from.
Sure.
Something you wanted your daughter to know.
Well, and only that, from other people. I mean, it's kind of a broad spectrum of when people begin lying to you. It's something that comes.
A lot more stored where that came from. Right.
Yeah, it's something that's second nature to them. I mean, when you're that kind of personality that does that kind of thing, then you got a lot more where that came from. If you're a person that never does it to start with, you don't have it to worry with.
Life is like the seasons. The first 25 years you spring into action. Next 25 years you summarize what your purpose is. Following 25 years you fall into disrepair, entering your golden years. Last 25 years you're too old and cold to care.
There's a lot.
This is Lacey at her deathbed writing these things. Glad you made it through.
Like I say, there's some humor ones in there. There are inspirational ones in there.
I'm picking these out at random, but the whole book, you can pick this up and just read a quip or two.
Yeah,
and put it down. And
a lot of it's just good common sense.
Yeah, it's good common sense. And again, look at the back. What it says under the back. That to me is the essence of the book.
In our world, I'm just one person. To a child, you are their world. Life's demands rob precious moments. This can be neither repeated nor recovered. All the money and gold that one desires cannot buy the love and pleasures lost through time. It will not matter in years to come what materials you have acquired. The time you spent with a child is what will make a difference in the world. It's what a child will remember.
Sure.
And you wanted to have that time with her in case something bad happened to you.
Yes. I mean, that's the essence of the book.
It's a pretty cool book. Where can people get this? LaceyLafferty.com?
They can LaceyLafferty.com, Barnes & Noble, Amazon.com.
Browse About Books.
Browse About Books, Acorn Books.
Walgreens.
All the same place now.
It's everywhere too, and
All
it's going national after the first of the year. It's going to be released in New York City, Chicago, Illinois, Los Angeles, California, Washington, D.C., Wilmington, and Lewis, Delaware.
It's even going to be in Lewis?
Yeah, it's even going to be in the big town of Lewis.
Thank you very much. Thanks, Lacey.
Thank you,
Thanks
Dan.
for coming out here. Neat books, Lacey Lafferty, here on Delaware 1059. You have a great time, and Merry Christmas to you. Jon Snow at 9:38 on Delaware 1059 News Talk Radio. Dan Gaffney here. Hello, Jon Snow.
I'm eyeing up some more chocolate. I'm not going to lie.
I know. It's kind of funny how they put the chocolate right in front of it, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
You drink water with it. It's non-fattening.
So what's going on, Jon Snow? We're talking Rusty Rudder in Dewey Beach for New Year's Eve, and we just kind of went over that.
The place to be.
Right.
It's also the place to be Sunday, New Year's Eve.
Right. We talked about this. Since you've got staff in there, you're getting the place ready and open, so you're having kind of a
we're going to be open Sunday,
party.
Exactly. And we have one thing confirmed, and that's going to be DJ Biz and Marty, who we talked about last time. They're going to be playing at night. And we may have a super surprise guests that we're announcing to play during the day in the next week or so. It's not confirmed yet, but there may be a very special. It's not Bon Jovi.
Is it Mick Jagger?
It may be Mick Jagger.
I'm trying to guess all these names, but
they have moves like Jagger. But no, it's we're going to be open all day. It's going to be a very, very good pre-party party.
Cool.
Dollar beers, 1 to 7. Every beer in the house, $1.
On that Sunday?
On that Sunday.
Wow.
And then
you guys are serious over there.
We're not messing around.
Serious.
We also have a lot of beer we got to get rid of.
I understand.
And then on New Year's is the big party. Open bar, $100 ticket, heavy hors d'oeuvres, 2 bands, Total Whiteout, Love Seed Mama Jump, playing on 2 separate stages, and they're just going back to back, playing all night long. And in between the bands on each stage is DJ Biz and Marty again on the big main stage, and Hefe, who's a local favorite acoustic act, playing with the drummer, which is a little interesting for him.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be on the other stage.
Well, it's all special, and it's going to be quite the party. I think maybe
Always
1,000
is.
people, maybe, huh? Maybe?
There'll be 1,000 people there. We get over that every year, and like I was talking about before, ticket sales, it's funny, they track, year to year, they track almost identical.
That's cool. To get tickets, you can call the Rudder, 227-3888, 227-3888, and online at DeweyBeachLife.com. It's $100 for New Year's Eve.
$100. It's a great night, well worth the price, and we hope to see you there.
You got me again. You know, I'm a sucker for a good tease. You got me with this special guest on Sunday, potentially. You know what I'm saying?
More coming next week.
More details, more clues, right? All right, thanks, John.
Thank you.
Good to talk to you. I'm really glad you came out. Thanks for being here, spotlighting some of the big entertainment hotspots in the area. HG, come on over. You know, it's our when we get toward the end of the program on Fridays, we talk about our automobile deals, and it's with H.G. Wilson of Denton Ford. And well, let's go ahead and put the chocolate in front of H.G. now. You like that?
I've been doing Atkins for 2 weeks, and you put this chocolate in front of me. All
right.
Now, who's smart enough to do it over the holidays? Not,
I know, very difficult.
What can I say? Anyway.
Hi, H.G. Wilson.
How you doing?
Part of the Preston Group is Denton Ford,
right,
on Route 404.
Route 404 in Denton, exactly 15 miles from here, by the way.
15 miles from Jimmy's Grill.
15 miles from Jimmy's Grill, like 12 miles from, 16 miles from Harrington.
Yes.
We got Sussex County covered. All you got to do is stop on and get over to us.
You said there's a pretty sizable percentage of your sales come from Sussex County.
Very sizable part of our sales come from Sussex County.
Good.
We want to let folks know it's easy to drive over and get to us. A couple folks have taken me up on our we'll come to you deal, especially when it comes to commercial vehicles. So my folks have been out doing that. So if you own a business, if you thinking about you need to do something for the year end, if your accountant says, look, you got to do something here, it's going to help everybody out.
Yeah.
You need to give us a call. Inventory is dwindling. I'm trying to get a couple in from one of our body companies now. So there's going to be a shortage if you wait till the last week of the month, is what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah,
and you might not be able to get it in to get the paperwork done to qualify. So you need to jump on that. But other than the commercial, a lot of folks are getting ready for year end, getting cars for the kids to go back to college next semester and all that sort of thing. So
right, they're home for Christmas, and so this is the time to get that done.
Yep, and we do adjudicate between parents and kids on what to have. We'll take the parent side every time, by the way. No, but anyway.
The paying side.
The paying side. We'll take the paying side. So you get that person in and says, Dad, I really want that $30,000 car, not 20.
Yeah.
You know, we'll take the parent side every time. But anyway, also, Billy Shaw said, you know, H, I've been listening to you. He listens to us over there. He said, mention service. So we do have a full-line service. We've got 5 mechanics there ready to go, a couple diesel mechanics. So if you've got that diesel truck you need juiced up, gone through, you know, those things get 200,000, 300,000, 400,000 miles if you take care of them.
I was there on a Saturday morning, and you said, here, I'll show you the service department, and you got cars up on the lifts, they're working in there. I mean, it was a pretty good crew even on a Saturday.
We do that. We do, we have what we call a quick lane, which is like going to a quick place so you can almost call and get an appointment right away, because we keep people designated for that, for tire changes and lube and that sort of thing. We sell tires, but we also have the heavy duty work that we do in there.
Right.
Alignments, you name it, we can take care of you when it comes to that.
If you have a diesel, once you find a good diesel guy, you want to stick with it. Right.
And We've got one, and we do fleet business, so we've got fleets that know. So once one person's been working on it for a while, they know what they've done in the past. You know what I mean? So it's you're not going from one place to the other, and that's we've got two guys that have been doing it a long time.
Right, and the tag work, tax thing, that's if you're in Delaware, you don't have to worry about anything weird if you're going to Maryland to buy a car.
You have to worry
with
about
H.G. Wilson.
With H.G. Wilson. Here's what we do. If you're in Delaware, come to us. We send you in about 10 to 15 days. You get a temp tag first. We send you in about 10 or 15 days everything you need to go to Delaware DMV to handle it. You know what I mean? All comes in a little packet. You go to DMV, and it's painless.
That's it.
Okay,
you
so
get your Delaware tag. That's it.
That's it. You put them on. We can't issue them because we're a Maryland dealer, but we can get everything you need. Come certified mail, and you're good to go.
Now, this come-to-you business that you mentioned, in case people didn't quite get that, if you've got some fleet stuff and trucks you want to trade in, right?
If you want to trade in, or quite frankly, if you've got fleet stuff you want to talk to us about doing service on, my service manager and I will come out and take a look at your vehicles and give you an idea, what it would be to put you on a fleet plan. So we can take care of that also. So
I like the way you present all this, and that customer service more important now than ever, isn't it?
You got it. Okay, we're making sure that and you were there. You see, it's kind of laid back there. Okay, It's like coming to somebody's living room to more than going to a big shiny dealership, especially at Denton. So we'll make sure that we take care of you, and we make sure that when it comes to the service side, we keep you apprised all the time on what's going on. If something's in there for more than a day, if it's a big job, where you stand, what it is, how long before you get it back to use it. And we've had guys stay late and stuff to get them back. We do work for Chop Tank Electric, and we've had them stay late to get stuff back that they needed to use the next day. So that sort of thing, it's not abnormal.
All right, we're talking Denton, Maryland, right on Route 404. Denton Ford, H.G. Wilson. What is it? You say do it in Denton.
Do it in Denton.
Phone number.
Phone number is 410-479-DO-IT, 3648. So
410-479-DO-IT.
For Do It in Denton. And then, or you can go online to dentonford.com. You can go on that to contact me. Or I've had some people, Jack hit me on my cell phone the last time I was on. Had some people call. My cell phone number is 410-896-3053. Just hit me on that, and we'll talk to you about anything you want to talk about on cars, trucks, 4x4s, you name it.
All right. Good to have H.G. Wilson back on the air, talking kind of our deals of the week.
They do look good.
I know. You can have a chocolate covered. Hey, who won the Golden Pickle? Is it the Golden Pickle?
We have what we call the Big Pickle.
The Big Pickle.
The Big Pickle.
This is an internal thing. This has probably not a lot to do with the customer, but in a way it does. It's called the Big Pickle, and the Preston Group kind of compete for the Big Pickle.
It's the one who goes above and beyond the call. You saw it when one of our service managers won it last for going above and beyond the call. Our body shop guy won it. The one who runs Preston Auto Body for us. Same thing. Went above and beyond the call for somebody to get them through, get them done quickly.
Get them out of a pickle.
Get them out of a pickle. There's if you go online to YouTube, I think there's a YouTube thing called Give 'em a Pickle.
Yeah.
It's a guy who used to run restaurants, as a matter of fact, and his mantra to his employees was, somebody asked for a pickle once, and they said, you got to pay for it, and he overheard that.
Yeah.
Or somebody sent him a letter. So now his mantra for going above and beyond is, give them the pickle. So that's what we look at. So it's give them the pickle.
They have this award. It's quite attractive award. I saw sitting on the counter there with a.
You're very nice saying attractive.
Big pickle.
It's a big pickle.
It's a big pickle jar.
Big pickle jar. Got a truck mounted on top, and the frog coming out of the truck. It's you can't miss it. It stands about 2 feet.
But it was closing time late at night, and somebody broke down on the road, and instead of just locking up and going home, your service guy went out there and said, "Can I help you?" He had the wrong battery, and he had to switch batteries out.
We came from home. We called the service man
from home
because it was 7:30, and the guy was on his way back to West Virginia.
How about it?
And that's how we handle people we'll never see again. Just think how we handle local customers.
That you do see.
Yeah, we do see all the time.
There you go. That's why I like the Big Pickle story. All right, HG.
Thank you.
Route 404, Denton, Maryland. Back in a minute. We're live at Jimmy's Grill on Delaware 105.9.
You're never out of the loop, even when you're out and about. Set a news button and hear a quick update every hour on the hour. The new Delaware 105.9.
Good stuff. Good stuff. You in on this? All right, Gaffney Group. Lacey, you want to get in on this? All right. Colin Walls and Dave Hill. Gaffney Group, looking at some hot issues. We probably have time to do one issue today, and that is the issue that has been dominated this week when a family's 9-month-old husky got away from a young lad walking the dog, and it was a missing dog. Come to find out, the dog was ended up, they shot and killed the dog at the bird farm on Route 9. The bird farm folks claim that on their 50-acre property they had ducks and geese and turkeys and stuff eaten by dogs. This dog was there going after one of their turkeys. They fired warning shots, and that didn't stop, and they shot the dog to protect their livestock and their interests there at the bird farm. Then the later part of the story is when the owners found out, the owners of the dog found out that they had shot the dog. They alleged that the dog owner went over there and beat up the manager and knocked the computers off the desks and roughed up the place and actually stepped on 3 baby birds and killed them. So in the scuffle, right, and they had to call the police. So charges were filed against the owner of the dog. No charges filed against the people who shot the dog. Delaware law protects people in agriculture from, you can protect your animals. Let's go around the horn here. And get your reaction. We'll start with you, Dave Hill.
Well, tragic, and then if it's 2 wrongs never make a right. The one thing I've learned in life is violence very seldom, if ever, achieves anything good or positive. So though they were wronged and they were heartbroken, cannot condone the violence that perpetrated.
Colin?
It's just a terrible situation. I mean, I'm glad I'm not a part of it. But the guy was defending his animals from another animal. I mean, that's...
A lot of people, the owner of the dog and their friends seem to want to make an issue of the fact they claim that they first asked him if they knew about the dog and he lied about shooting it.
Well, he might
like
have.
That.
I mean, I don't know the facts
That's
of
the
it,
claim.
But I mean, he might have been scared or,
Yeah.
Especially if the big guy came.
Retired State Police Lacey Lafferty, what do you think?
Well, and it's true. He can shoot the animal to protect his animals, what he has, the birds. But people have to recognize that there is leash laws, and you have to keep your dogs on a leash.
Yeah, but it was an accident, right? They say the dog slipped out of its collar.
Yeah. Well, you have to make sure the collar's tight enough.
That doesn't excuse you, does it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't excuse you. You have to make sure that animal is restrained, and it's just like anything else. You have to take control, whether it's an animal or even your children growing up.
Didn't you tell me you had a husky one time?
Yeah, I had 2 huskies, and that breed are very difficult to keep restrained. They will find a way to get loose. That's just the way that breed is. The breed of animal is. They like to run. They like to chase. They like to go. And I had a poultry farm at the time. And I couldn't break those huskies. I couldn't, no matter what I did, I couldn't break them from running after the chickens. That's just
really?
That's just the way they are.
Other dogs, you told me off the break, other dogs you could probably keep from messing with the chicken.
Yes,
but
I had a Doberman that I could take in a chicken house every day and never go after the chickens. Walk right alongside me while I was picking the dead chickens up. And that dog never at any time would go after them. But those huskies, I had a husky at the same time. I could not let that dog go in that chicken house at any time, no matter what I did.
How about that? Jim Weller, you're an animal lover. So.
I'm an animal lover. It would very much bother me. I hope and pray it wouldn't bother me to the effect that I would attack another human being over a dog. I think that is sad. I think it's sad that their dog got shot, no question about it. But I think it's also sad that this gentleman, lost his cool to that degree. And I just hope that his wife or his children have no idea that he did this. It would be sad for the son, that the dog got loose to see his father treat another human being this way. But, if the dog got loose from the collar, ran out, caused one car to swerve and crash and hit another car, he would also be responsible at that point. So, in other words, as sad as it is, an animal is an animal, and they don't think like a human being, but somebody's got to be responsible here.
The owner of the dog was charged with criminal mischief and offensive touching, released on a $1,000 unsecured bond. They're also saying, though, on Route 9, killing the turkeys and ducks and stuff, they've had a problem with pit bulls running loose, but the dog owner says they do not understand how someone could confuse a pure white husky with a pit bull.
Well, it's the dog of the day. It's whatever dog's doing it.
Dog of the day.
Exactly. Jim said it right. It's the dog of the day, no matter what it is. I mean, it's unfortunate that had he come to this, and again, he should have kept himself under control enough that, yeah, the animal was killing those birds, but he should have had himself under control of the situation.
Colin?
I wonder if there's even could be like some kind of civil case that they could bring against the owners of the dog for, what their loss of their birds.
The poultry.
Well, yeah, the loss of the bird and the loss of the.
If I want to just lay low.
Well, not only that, look what he damaged within the business, and
generally speaking, the people that phoned in as this was unfolding, the drama on the radio, were in support of the dog owners. Generally speaking, they were in support of the dog owners. No one wanted to hear about a pet being shot.
It'll be restitution. I mean, they have arrested him for this, and this will be part of the restitution going through the court process. That this guy, if he is found guilty, he would have to have restitution to the victim.
Okay.
And according to the story, the white dog had a turkey in its mouth, and he got the turkey out of the mouth, and the dog went into the chicken house or whatever, or the bird house.
And again, dogs are dogs.
Right.
I mean, this is fun. If anything runs, they'll run after it. Not that the dog, it was just fun to him. That's what it is. But then again, it was the dog vicious enough to shoot.
Correct.
I mean, could they have gone up to it and grabbed the dog without shooting it? You're getting in all kinds of realms here.
Right.
What's that?
How did the dog get inside of the cage?
Right. How did the dog get in there? Right.
But is the poultry loose? Are they in the cage?
I don't know. I don't know. It's a bird farm, so I guess they do all kinds of bird things. Indoors, they've got parrots going. They got turkeys outside. They got a lot of stuff happening there. Listen, thank you, Gaffney Group. I appreciate it. You folks have a great weekend. Dean Gaffney here via the Gaffney Group. I appreciate it. Thank you, Santa, for coming by today, and thanks to everybody else for listening. This is Delaware 105.9. Yes, indeed.
Local news first on Delaware 105.9.
Delaware 105.9 News Time 9:59. Good morning. I'm Mark Fauser. By the dozens, drug suspects are being rounded up and hauled into court in Wicomico County, wrapping up a year-long investigation involving Wicomico County Sheriff's deputies and State Police drug unit specialists. Some have appeared in court as of yesterday, and this investigation again included various forms of drugs, including heroin and cocaine, lasting about a year. An Ocean City man faces charges he sold counterfeit goods from a kiosk at Dover Mall.